What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So I'm going to keep this video very short. All I've been hearing this whole entire year is about people being disappointed with Destiny, with Titanfall, with Watch Dogs, you know, these games that had so much anticipation and people being excited for them, and then they came out wearing these kind of like, you know, quote unquote next gen experiences that people had expected, and it just resulted in people being disappointed and saying, you know, how the game wasn't that great at all, was actually quite bad when they actually, you know, they were, and they were still of good quality. But just because people had their expectations set so high, it meant that the game could very easily disappoint them. Now, what's very sad to realize and to think about right now is that with a game like Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, which I'm doing my first impressions video of right now, it's arguably the best game out of the whole bunch. It's better than Titanfall, than Destiny, than Watch Dogs, but it's going to sell the least because not as many people were as excited about it, and I guess also because it just didn't have as much, you know, as much of a marketing, you know, kind of like marketing plan behind it as well. And that's very sad because, like I said, the game is amazing. Now, I have to admit, I'm a huge sucker for Lord of the Rings. That is the one franchise, if you talk about the books, the films, the games, that I've been following ever since I was 5 or 6 years old. You know, that's how long, how much it goes back actually in my life. I absolutely adore Lord of the Rings. Think it's a great universe and a great franchise in general. But still, even I was pretty hesitant about this game at first. I was like, you know, when they announced it, I was like, okay, that's great. You know, a Lord of the Rings game. It already definitely has my interest. You know, I was definitely looking forward to seeing what the game would be bringing. But then at the same time, I was being kind of curious, kind of like holding back, because I knew that the games, you know, of Lord of the Rings haven't been too great in general the past few years. We had War in the North a few years back, which, you know, was decent, I guess. 5 or 6 years back, we had Lord of the Rings Conquest, which I actually, you know, definitely still enjoyed, but was a very mediocre game in general. And basically, we haven't had a good Lord of the Rings game in a very long while. This game takes the Lord of the Rings universe. Then again, you don't need to know anything about it, to be quite honest, to play it. If you're not into Lord of the Rings or into The Hobbit, or you haven't seen the movies or read the books at all, that doesn't even matter. I don't think you really have to really, you know, you don't really have to be invested into the whole franchise in general to understand this game. It's pretty, you know, it's its very own thing, its very own story, and therefore anybody will be able to play this. But still, if you like, you know, that series, if you like the films, the books, you know, you're going to love this even more, of course, because you're getting to see the same kind of areas, the orcs and the Uruk-hai characters, the enemies are very recognizable and stuff. But yeah, all in all, I mean, what can I say about the game? It takes great elements from some very popular gaming series that you already know, like Assassin's Creed, like Batman. It combines them all together, and it makes for a great package that, you know, is definitely not original in any way, but still very good. It takes the Assassin's Creed formula to basically make you navigate through the world. You know, you have to hold a certain button to pretty much, you know, parkour and climb on everything that you want. And it takes Batman in terms of the combat system, where you're basically, you know, in this, you have this circle of enemies all around you, and you can counter their attacks, attack them, use some special moves and stuff. It's really satisfying to play, actually. Also, I have to say about Assassin's Creed, the whole Assassin's Creed thing, of course, this is an open world, and the kind of like mission structure and the things you can do in the world is very similar there as well. You will have story missions, you know, you have these kind of like towers that you need to take over, where it's completely the same as in Assassin's Creed, where you have the sync points. Yeah, basically you need to do that to unlock all the side missions and stuff. It's just a great game, you know. I don't really know what I can say much more in a first impressions video. I've played it for around, you know, 7 hours now, maybe already in the past 2 days. It's gotten me absolutely hooked, and I cannot wait to play more after I upload this video. Yeah, I mean, once again, it just takes the elements of great games, combines them all, and even where in Assassin's Creed I didn't like the tailing missions and stuff, it doesn't have that here. It only takes the good elements of these games. And so I think it's very sad that the game, you know, I'm pretty sure it's not going to sell as well as a Watch Dogs, as a Destiny, as a Titanfall. No way, you know, not that many people were that excited about it. So then it's great to see that the game didn't have this expectation bar set too high, and now that it comes out and you see all the review scores being super good and people are starting to play it and see how amazing it is, it's just great to see you know, how much it can surprise you then, and how much better it actually gets because you didn't have those expectations. So yeah, I'm going to be doing my review probably in a week or whatever, I guess. And then I'll be talking very in depth on all the different elements of the game, all the different aspects to it, the gameplay, the way it looks and stuff. You can already see some gameplay here to kind of like get an idea of what the game is really like. But then for now, you know, I would like to thank you a lot for watching, and of course let me know in the comments, did you already get Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor? Are you excited for it? Are you kind of like, you know, still on the edge of buying it? Because then I hope I will have convinced you right now to get it. You don't have to watch my review to already know that I'm going to give this game a very, very good grade. And yeah, then I'd like to know that from you in the comments. And for now, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.